Hello everyone, welcome back to our Django series. Today we are going to learn how to register users and generate authentication tokens in Django REST framework, step by step and super simple. So let's see what is token authentication first. Imagine you are logging into your favorite app. Once you are logged in, the app needs a way to remember that you are you. That's where token authentication comes in. It is like giving you a secret key called a token, so you can access other parts of the app securely without logging in again and again. So let's see setting up the project. Let's set this in Django. First open your terminal and you have to install token package as by installing Django REST framework auth token, and inside your installed app you have to add REST framework auth token, which we have added earlier in our previous lecture. You can see here we added it in the installed app. Next, you have to set up REST framework authentication in settings.py, which already we have set up in our settings.py at the bottom. If you scroll down, here we set up this in our previous lecture when we log in token authentication. Then after this, let's create a registration view to test the registration with token authentication. Copy this code from here. Inside your views, scroll scroll down at the bottom, paste it. The status response is already imported. Import these necessary fields at the top. Here, okay. Now, let's make this comma compatible with VS Code. Replace with all, closing comma, replace with all, also this double inverted comma, replace with all, also this, replace with all. Save this. Now we have write the registration code to create users and generate token. First, we have imported the necessary libraries, the necessary modules and frameworks from the Django REST framework. Now, to show register function from views.py, let's understand how the registration view works using the register view in Django. This function return using Django REST framework to help new users to sign up and get a token for authentication. First, we use API view with the post request. That means this view will only accept the post request, which are used when we want to send data to the server, like registration details. Next, permission classes with the allow any. This is very important. Normally, our APIs require a login user, but for registration, we want anyone to access it, even if they are not logged in. So, we give permission to allow any. Inside the function, we get the username and password sent from the client using username equal to request.data.get username and password equal to request.data.get password. This means we are collecting the input the user type during sign up. Then we do a quick check If either username or password is missing, we return an error saying username and password are required. We also check if user with the same username already exists using if user.objects dot filter dot exist. If a user with the same name is found, we show an error to pick a different username. If all is good, we create a new user using user.object.create_user. This automatically saves the user in the database with the password encrypted for safety. After the user is created, we generate a token. Using token created equal to token.objects.get or create user equal to user. This token is like a secret key that the user will use to access protected part of our app. Finally, we return a response like message, user registered successfully, and token as token. So the user knows their registration is successful and they receive their token. That's it. We have just built a user registration system with token authentication in the Django REST framework. Let's connect it to a URL now. For this, here is the explanation. You can read it from here also. So let's connect the URL in our Books app URL. Paste it here. Paste it at the top. Replace this. Save this. Now our view is accessible at the register. Now let's migrate the changes. For this, open your terminal and run break the server, clear it, python manage.py, make migrations, make migration, and python manage.py migrate. This creates the token table in the database. No changes to apply because we already have migrated. Now, after this, here is the testing registration with the Postman. So let's see the testing with Postman. Open your Postman, create a new request on the register endpoint API slash register slash inside our body tab raw, select the JSON. Inside it, add your username and password. Username. Let me copy this from here. I have added it in our previous session. Copy this from here and paste it. Okay. Now when we click send with the post request, we get the response as message. The user registered successfully and our token. Send a request. First we have to run server. Server is running. Now send a request again. Yes, the username is already exists. That's why it is showing that username is already exists. Because we are saying in our code that if the username is already exists, display the error. That's what is displaying. So we have to change the username from here. Let me change it to John. Send a request again. John is already exist. Let me change it to another username. Stephen. Send a request again. Now you will see, here we go. The message user registered successfully and token 201 created. Now our API and is working with the registration. Now let's see why token is important. Here is the explanation you can see from here. Why token is important. The token acts like a VIP pass. You will send it in the headers when calling protected APIs. This keeps your app safe and secure. Let's quickly recap what we did today. We installed the auth token, updated the settings.py file, created a user registration view and generated the tokens and tested it with the postman. So that's it for the today's lecture. Thank you.